This is a map of all of these different tiny little villages.
We have always struggled for our survival. We use our knowledge and our strength to overcome the cold and the uncertainty. After the long, cold, dark winter, people, the Inuit, would all get together to one place, coming in from different regions, all get together and celebrate. They build a big igloo, a snow house, as they're going to celebrate the gathering. They share food, they share stories, they share their love, but it's only for some. There's little vegetation on the ground to consume all winter, because it's all covered with snow. Right now, we're happy.
We love to smile and make other people smile and laugh. Smiling is our way of greeting each other and showing of respect. This song is to dare you not to smile. I'm sure many of you have heard the word Inukshuk. Raise of hands. Inukshuk. Inukshuk. The root word comes from Inuk. Inuk is a singular name for our people. Inuit is the plural name for our Aboriginal nation. It is a stone figure made by Inuit. They have different forms and different purposes to show direction to travelers, to warn of impending danger, to mark a place of respect. Nunavut, our land, became its own territory from the Northwest Territories in 1999, and it has changed the map of Canada and the rest of the world!
Found the airport and are currently salivating over the ice planes and helicopters that are there, and all I can smell is bloody fish fingers because I'm now craving fish fingers. Anyway, this is the Pond Inlet airport, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, the sound from the scene where I was sitting with this amazing lady in the canoe was not that great, so you can't really hear what we're saying, but the story that she was telling me is a really important one and a really interesting one and a part of history that I really don't think people acknowledge or think about, so I really do want to give it a voice here. So while we were sitting there, she was explaining to me about something that was called the High Arctic Relocation Project, which basically meant that during the Cold War, during the 50s, the entire Inuit nomadic culture was pretty much put a stop to, because the Canadian Arctic Territory is a very strategic location militarily, and there was a lot of like dispute and discussion over who has the right to the Arctic. So what the Canadian government did is they basically took the children from these families, said that these children have to be in schools, they have to be living in set communities, and established the communities that are now known as the villages in the Arctic, which basically forced pretty much all of the Inuits to move along and follow their children if they wanted to stay with their children, to live in these Arctic towns, and ultimately put a stop to the entire nomadic lifestyle that they had, because now they were living in these small towns in the Arctic, which basically validated Canada's claim to the region and over the territory. So I thought that was a really important storyline, and there's definitely more research to be done and more to understand, but it's an important storyline, and even if this is all you ever know about it and you don't even go and learn more, which I do encourage you to do so, it's really important that you hear about this. There's definitely a documentary to be made out of this one day, and hopefully I'll be lucky enough to be the one who does it. So I'm holding myself accountable in this video to go and do that sometime in the future. But in the meantime, I really hope that you've learned something from this, and that this has opened your eyes to a new story and a new narrative that is important in our world today. Hi everyone, so a little change of scenery. My study is an absolute mess, so I'm filming the end of today's video inside my bedroom because I do not want you to see what my study looks like. It's actually a nightmare. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your guys' continued support, and remember to tune in again next week. There is going to be part 4. This was part 3. I cannot count, that's fine. So remember to tune in for part 4 next week, and click the like and subscribe buttons down below if you really are loving my videos, and I can't wait to see you guys again next week.